Hello, everyone, and welcome in Parent Solution. Today we have with us is Wendi McKenna, my parenting coach and my leadership coach. Welcome, Wendy.
Hi, Philza. So great to be with you and all of you. I'm excited to be here.
So Wendy has served her community for more than 20 years, being a pediatric physical therapist, and now she's shifted into parent coaching and leadership coaching. So tell us something about intentional parenting, which is your program, and why should we be intentional while parenting our children?
This all started when I became a pediatric physical therapist and was working with all these beautiful babies and toddlers and young kids and their parents. And every time I did something, a parent would ask me, why am I doing that? And I would be able to explain to them, this is the reasoning behind it. This is what the goal of it is. And it wasn't just about getting the baby to move or play, but it was really creating relationship with that child. And through the years, the feedback that I would get from many parents is how patient I was and how I could, play with a child and have them get to do different things than they could ever do at home. And they were wondering how I was able to do that. And then I realized I was onto something here. It wasn't just children with special needs or with diagnoses. This was parenting for all of us. And when I took what I learned in the clinic into my own family with my own children, I too started to question some of the things that we did traditionally. Like, why are we doing that? And what good does that do? And what is the real goal, rather than just accepting what is because it's the status quo, or it's what's been passed down for generations, or it's what all of my friends are doing. So I've always been very inquisitive about why we do the things that we do. And I've always been very mindful and intentional about the choices that I make and why. And so I really needed to ask myself, why am I a parent? What's my purpose for being a parent? And I remember asking my husband this question. It's like, why did you want to become a dad? And the first answer that he gave to me before really thinking about it was, well, isn't that what you do next? Don't you grow up, get an education, get a job, have a career, get married, have kids? It's just what you do. It's a legacy, which is just what we do. And it's like, oh, there's got to be more to it than just this is what everybody does. Like, what is my purpose as a parent? And I think a lot of people just think about carrying on the family name, carrying on the legacy that we've built, you know, carrying on the tradition. When I looked at it, I thought of the responsibility it was to choose to bring a new life into this world. And what kind of life were they going to have? What kind of relationships were they going to have? What kind of, joys and sorrows and heartaches and exuberant experiences are they going to have? And really, what is the juice of life? And through the years, through my trial and error, got it wrong a lot. You guys, I am not the perfect parent at all, but I've honed in on my real purpose as a parent, as a person, as a wife, as a partner, as a friend, is to be there so that the other person can shine, to be who I get to be so the other person is free, to be who I get to be so the other person feels like they matter and they're heard. And I can do that from the time they are a baby all the way through into the ages. And so why I started intentional parenting is because I don't think a lot of people think that way. We think about what we think should be happening, what could be happening, what we dreamed of happening. We're comparing ourselves to the neighbors. We're comparing ourselves and our kids to the ideal, whatever that means. And then we miss the point. And the point is creating relationships, creating deep, trusting, honest, loving relationships, and being the person that helps to light the other person's fire and fan the flame and make sure that they are just exuberant and joyful in their life, and to stand by them when they're, having a hard time, to not judge them when their behavior is unbecoming, not to make them wrong for it, but to really think, oh my gosh, I heard once upon a time, hurt people hurt people. And so if my teenager is yelling at me, rather than me getting angry with her for being disrespectful, I'm going to ask myself first, wow, what kind of day did she have today to be so angry right now? It's not about me. Maybe she needs a little bit of space right now, but then I'm going to go into with her and I'm going to be like, hey, what's up, girl? I noticed that thing you did back there. Didn't feel so good, but I'm wondering if you're okay. And then more often than not, I open up the space for her to speak. And so I think we have all these preconceived notions of the terrible twos and the defiant threes and the terrible teenage years. And it's not true. It's only true if you let it be true. And so with intentional parenting, it's like, what kind of relationships are you committed to creating? Who are you committed to growing into being? And if we really see it as an opportunity, as our kids really support us in raising ourselves again, versus us needing to teach them the way, then we open up a whole new space for connection and love and understanding and living our dreams. In a nutshell. I know that was a lot.
Yeah, thank you for sharing all those things. We are so grateful that you are here with us. That's all for today. See you next time.
Yeah.